I have moved around a little bit. I found the composition that I like. So now I know that when I come back and we've got an epic sky, we're going to get nice shots because we have a composition that we like. And then just drag it down, okay? And then just like that, and we've got a reflection. That's how easy it is to make a reflection. Hello again. Today we're going to take a look at blue sky days. Okay, so in this video what I'm going to do is go out in the middle of the day on a blue sky day, and it's all about finding locations, finding compositions. So when we go back out there and we've got either a sunset or a sunrise, we know what we're looking for. Okay, and I'm going to follow up the video with a bit of an editing session. Okay, so I'm going to split it into two parts. It's going to be, first is going to be out in the field. And out in the field in the middle of the day, you don't need to worry about camera settings. Okay, we've got plenty of light. I tend not to deal with long exposures or anything like that when I'm scouting. It is simply just to find compositions and find locations that I think will make for a nice shot. Towards the end of the video, I am going to do a bit of an edit. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a reflection. Okay, so this tree that I found, it's just on sand or on mud. So I'm going to create a reflection in Photoshop, and I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, very easy to create a reflection. And I might even do a sky replacement as well. So I did find another tree which I'm not really keen on. So what I'm going to do is play around with the sky replacement and just see if it works under the right conditions. Okay, so two parts. First part, just out on location scouting. Second part will be in Photoshop. And I'll show you some very simple and effective Photoshop ideas that we can use. Hello again. Midday, okay, it is literally midday, blue skies. There's a little bit of cloud around, but what we're going to do is we're going to treat it as a scouting mission. Middle of the day, blue sky, shouldn't stop you from getting out and looking for locations. So that's exactly how I found this location. Now I did find it a while ago, but just head out in the middle of the day and go exploring. Okay, so once you've found your composition or what you think is going to be a possible composition, take lots of shots from different angles. Now, when I'm scouting for locations, I don't take my wide angle. I do like to have a little bit of reach. It'll give me an idea of what I need. Okay, and I know just by looking at that, I do need a wider lens. If you don't have a wide angle lens, put your camera into portrait mode and do a panorama. Okay, so I've just refocused on that far tree and I'm just going to do a pano. And it's going to emulate a wide angle. So then I can stitch them together to give me a better idea of what a wide angle shot will look like, because I've just got my walk around lens. Okay, so I've got my shots here. I've taken a few test shots. There's no need to spend a lot of time. I have moved around a little bit. I found the composition that I like. So now I know that when I come back and we've got an epic sky, we're going to get nice shots because we have a composition that we like. So back onto the exploring, and let's just head in a little bit further. I'm going to keep exploring because once I got to this spot, I just stopped and that was it. That was like, this is it. I haven't gone further, so we're going to go for a bit of a walk. Now, yeah, starting to get a bit messy over here. There's a bit too many trees for my liking. I do like lone trees. So this tree over here looks quite interesting. Let's go and have a quick look at this one. Let's get up nice and close and have a look. Okay, and that could work too. But it's not bad. It's not bad. We'll give that a shot and see what it looks like. Okay, so very similar to what I did before. Now the thing is, if I come around this way, I'm going to be shooting a bit more into the sun. So I do very much want it as a lone tree. So we'll take a shot standing up. So once again, going to get down nice and low. Frame up some shots. Just see what the tree looks like. Does it have any character? Does it look nice as a lone tree? See if I can really fill the frame with some of these roots in the foreground. Okay, sometimes you need to take shots to realize what works and what doesn't. Okay, so if you are enjoying what you're seeing, leave a like, okay? Do you want to see more of this? Do you want to see me scouting for locations and just talking through the process of what I'm actually looking for? Oh, wow, okay. Yep, I've just seen something. Wow. Oh. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at this. This looks nice. So yes, that's what I'm looking for. Just to give you an idea of how tall it is. It's not a big tree by any means. Okay, it's about the same height as me. I'm 7 foot. So it's about 7'1". Okay, so yeah, really nice tree. But these roots, have a look at them. That's got character. That has got character. I've got my serious hat on because this is a serious tree. That's really nice. All right, so that's what we're looking for. If it's a lone tree, it's got to be a tree that has some character to it. And that is a really healthy looking mangrove. Okay, so this tree here, I didn't feel it while I was out there. I didn't think it worked. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you how to do a sky replacement, just so we can get an idea of what it might look like at a sunset. Okay, so if we come up to our Edit tab, and then about halfway down, there's a tab here called Sky Replacement. And we just click on Sky Replacement, and it's going to give us a few options. Okay, you'll see this box over to the right appear, and then it gives us lots of options. So if we just click on this little arrow here, it gives us lots of different skies to try out. Okay, so just cycle through all of these, and it'll give you an idea of what it might look like under a different sky. The subject's just not working for me, but look, sometimes they do. Sometimes you'll find something that you don't think it works. Have it under a different sky. See what it looks like under a different sky. Okay, we can go to sunset. So just by scrolling down our sky replacement, we can just try a few different sample skies and see what it looks like. Okay, so that's a nice sky, but again, the tree, I don't like all these sticks off to the left. It's very right heavy. So yeah, doesn't really work for me. But if we have a look at this other tree, so I'm going to cancel that. That image just isn't working, so I'm going to close that down. This one here, on the other hand, so this is the tree that I found. So this is the other tree that I found, and I really like this one. Okay, so this tree has character. Okay, it has just everything about it I really like. So even on a blue sky day, it looks really nice. Okay, so we can do the exact same thing if we come over to Edit and Sky Replacement. Now we can get a better idea of what it's going to look like under different skies. It's a good subject, and that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm out there. I'm trying to find something that takes my eye, something that's interesting, so then I know that I can go back and revisit under different conditions, and it's going to look good. Okay, so I can put any sky behind this, it is going to look nice. Okay, it's a really strong subject. Okay, so that's the good thing about the sky replacement. Now, I don't use the sky replacement, so to speak. I occasionally use it as a tool just to give me an idea of what things will look like under different skies. Another thing we can do here, we can actually add our own skies. So there's a little plus down here. So if I click on plus, okay, and I have a folder called skies. So I can add in whatever sky I want. So if we want to have a look at this sky, for example, I can select any of these skies, open them up, and it will add my skies into the selection. Okay, so if you want to add your own skies into one of the sky replacements, you can do that as well. Okay, so there's one of my skies. Okay, again, we've got a move tool so we can move it around if we don't quite like how it's lined up. We can move it around, we can put it where we want. Okay, and then all you do is click OK. Once you've got the sky you like, it will create all the layers, so you can still do some fine adjustments to it. We can click it off, so there's the original image, and there it is with the sky replacement. Okay, so it's a really handy tool just for having a bit of fun with. Okay, like I said, I don't use it myself. I will go back out there and try and get the sky rather than adding in the sky that I want. That's the fun of photography. It's going out there and waiting to get that epic sky. Gives you an excuse to go back out. Okay, so that's the sky replacement. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at is the reflection. Okay, so again, this is that same tree. Don't like my foreground, but I know if I get there on the right tide, I can get water underneath this mangrove. Okay, so again, similar to before, we're going to use this tool as a compositional tool to find out what it will look like at different times of the year, different tides. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is just crop it in a little bit. I'm just going to get rid of some of that blue sky. We don't need that much blue sky up there. What we can do with the crop tool, I'm just going to put it onto original ratio. So that way it's going to keep my original ratio. Bring it down to about there somewhere. Click tick. Okay, so now what we're going to do is create a reflection, and this is really easy. Again, this is another old school, very easy thing to do in Photoshop. First thing we need is our rectangle marquee tool. Okay, so it's the second one down, the rectangular marquee tool. If there's a circle in there, you might just have to right click because it could be on the elliptical. So right click up here, rectangular marquee tool. And what we're going to do, we can just select above our image. We're going to click and drag. Okay, and that's just going to click and drag down. And we want to be just above our horizon. So we're just going to select above the horizon, let go. Okay, so now we've selected just the mangrove. Okay, so once we've selected the mangrove, what we want to do is make a copy. So to make a copy, it's Control or Command and J. So Control or Command and J will make a copy of that selection that we've just done. And as we can see here, it's created a new layer with just that mangrove selected. So if we hide our background, we've just got the top part. Okay, so with that top layer selected, now we're going to press Control or Command and T, T for transform. Okay, now this may be different depending on your preferences. So if this doesn't work the way I do it, have a look at my preferences video and you'll see how I've got my Photoshop set up. So it'll make it a lot easier to follow along when you change your preferences to kind of how I have them. And I haven't changed a lot. There's just a couple of things that I've changed. Okay, so now that we've pressed Control and T, if we grab the top here, we've got all these little squares around. We're going to grab the one at the top. We're going to hold our Shift key and then just drag it down. Okay, and then just like that, press OK. So click, hold the Shift key, drag down, and we've got a reflection. That's how easy it is to make a reflection. Okay, now it's not the most realistic reflection you're ever going to see. So just to make it a little bit more natural looking, I'm just going to zoom in so we can kind of see where it is. Now this is one of those things, it's a little bit of trial and error, so try it with different images. Once we've created our reflection, just again with that top layer selected, just to make it look a little bit more realistic, if we come up to Filter, Blur, and Gaussian blur or Gaussian blur. Okay, so we want that Gaussian Gaussian blur. Okay, and just change our radius. Now I find that a radius of around about 1 to 1.5 works well. Gives it just a little bit of blur, so it makes it look a little bit more like water. It's not a complete glass off. Okay, press OK. Control or Command and 0 will take us back to full screen, and there we have our reflection. Okay, so I'd love to get that shot. Now that I see that shot, I don't care about the blue sky. The blue and the green works for me. But yeah, having a really nice sky and getting that mangrove at the right tide where we've got water, you know, that's what this video was all about. Get out there and find things to take photos of, okay? Find trees, find rocks, mountains, anything. Get out there in the middle of the day. If you can get a nice shot in the middle of the day, it's only going to look better with some nice light behind it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hopefully you did like it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. This is the direction I want to go in. I want to do more in the field and then follow it up with a bit of an edit at the end. Okay, so thank you again for watching, and I will see you again soon. So I don't know how well you're going to see that, This is the very rare Queensland tiger snake, closely related to the tiger snake, but it doesn't have the yellow bands on it. It's completely black and completely round. And it's the Queensland tiger snake. So I'll just zoom in on this and get a shot for you. Wow, that is incredible. So high up in the tree.